Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a full face of Jane Iredale makeup and we are focusing on a summer-proof makeup look. I've talked recently about how their pure pressed mineral-based foundation has been my go-to this summer. First and foremost, it's just beautiful on the skin and it's a beautiful foundation, whether it's summer, winter, fall, spring, it's just lovely. But I love it particularly for the summer because it's so easy to apply. It's powder foundation, so it feels very light on the skin and it doesn't feel heavy, but yet it looks like it has a natural finish. It doesn't look like a powdered foundation, and it has an SPF of 20, which is really nice to have that additional SPF coverage built into your foundation. So we're gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna go in and complete my look with all Jane Iredale products. Many of these are favorites that I've shared before, and some of these are just new products that I've actually used. I actually had the pleasure of having my makeup done by Sean, who is their global, I know I'm not gonna get his title right, but he is like their global educator, director, artist for the company. He's been with Jane Iredale for like 15 years. He has a huge wealth of knowledge in makeup. He's been in the makeup industry for decades, and I'm actually trying to get him here on my YouTube channel. So if you would like to see him do my makeup on my YouTube channel, leave me a comment down below and I will make that happen. But he did my makeup last week. They were here in Austin and they hosted a lovely event and I was the model and he did my makeup, and I love getting my makeup done by other makeup artists because it just is a new, fresh perspective on makeup on myself. You know, even I get into a rut, I do the same type of looks, I do the same technique, the same process, and it was really nice and such a treat to have him do my makeup. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, before I forget, because this is super important and I do not want to forget this or wait till the end of the video, but I have a 20% off code for you guys. I teamed up with Jane Iredale for this video and I have 20% off, which is huge. Thank you, Jane Iredale. The code is Lisa20, I'll put it right here for you, but I'll also have the details in the description box. So you can use the link and shop their site for 20% off. I mean, thank you guys. I'm so grateful for them for extending that discount. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I don't have anything on my skin right now, so I'm gonna go in first with their Smooth Affair Brightening Primer. They have a couple versions of this. They have a glow version and they also have a mattifying version. I haven't yet tried the matte one yet. I have tried the glow, which is lovely, and I've used this one, which is really nice. That's why I haven't used the matte, because the only foundation of theirs that I've used, aside from the Hydro Pure Serum, which I love, is the powder foundation. So this primer does a couple things. It brightens the skin, it also blurs texture on the skin, so it's going to smooth out the look of pores, fine lines, any fine texture that you have on the skin. It also hydrates the skin. Oh, it has the most lovely smell. I think of vitamin C when I smell this. I don't believe there's vitamin C here. I'm not quite sure. I'll confirm that below, but it has a citrusy smell, so it makes me think of vitamin C. Oh, I love that smell. It smells so good. And I'm just going to concentrate that right here in the center of the face and on my forehead, work my way out. It feels so nice. It has a nice texture to it, so it's gonna work really well with this powder foundation. That is one recommendation I have for using a powder foundation. Make sure that your skin is freshly prepped. This is a great primer to use if you don't have this and you wanna work with something that you have. Use a moisturizer shortly before you apply the foundation or a hydrating primer. You don't want your skin to be bone dry because you want the powder to have something to adhere to. And this just gives the perfect canvas for it. It's also gonna keep the foundation on all day and just keep it looking fresh and beautiful. Next, we're gonna go in and apply the foundation. I'm the shade Golden Glow. I'll have that linked below for you. When you purchase this product, you purchase the pan refill and then you purchase the compact. And then obviously when you refill it, you only need to purchase the refill in the future. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use a powder brush. I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 107 brush. This is a nice, dense, kind of small powder brush. And I'm gonna just load up the product onto my brush, and I start in the center of the face and I just press the product on. I like to get full coverage from this product. What I like about this foundation is that you can really customize the coverage you get. If you want a lighter sheer application, just sweep or work in large buffing circular motion, and that's just really gonna sheer out the product and give a nice, even out the skin tone, but not necessarily cover as much as I'm doing on this side, which is what I want. I want full coverage. I have really grown to love this brand over the last year. I know you hear me talk about them a lot, but I have a true just love and appreciation for this brand. They make really excellent products that are really great for your skin. They're a very conscious and sustainable brand, and the people there are lovely. I've gotten to know them on a personal level, and they're lovely, and I think that should matter. I think it should matter with who you do business with. You know, you want a good team of people behind the brand. Yeah, Sean did my makeup last week and it was so nice. He did a couple of things different than I've ever done. He placed my blush pretty high. I'll actually insert some pictures here so you guys can see. So he did that higher blush placement. He used a darker blush on me. You know, I kind of stick with those, you know, pale peaches or pinks. He put more of a like deeper berry shade on me. Looked really nice. And the way he did my eyeshadow was really nice. He used a palette that I thought I had, but I don't. I need to pick it up. It's a Jane Iredale palette. I will link it down below for you, the one that he used on me. I have the palette, but in a different shade combination. The one he used on me was all matte and they were really beautiful and warm, just like some warm neutrals. And he dusted a shade that's deeper than I usually do all over my lid and then kind of deepened it a little bit in the outer half, but kept it just looks stunning, very classic, very summery. It was stunning. Okay, so I've got the foundation on and I've got about as much coverage as I want. I do want to conceal underneath the eyes. I'm going to go in with the Enlighten Plus concealer. This is the shade 1. This is a full coverage concealer, you guys. A little bit of this goes a very long way. It has this really nice little applicator, kind of like that cool touch applicator, kind of helps with just cooling under the eyes, can help with puffiness. I'm going to take the smallest amount and I'm actually going to squeeze it onto the back of my hand. I mean, you just need a teeny tiny amount. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to see if I can get by with just this, and I will let you know if I have to go back in for more. But the key with this concealer is applying a very small amount. I'm actually going to take my finger just to kind of warm it up. The consistency of this is a little thicker, so I really like to use my finger to warm up the product and then apply it with my finger in the areas I want, and then I'll go in and blend it out if I feel like I need to use a brush. Always start with less, like less is more. Really build in light little layers. Okay, I was too conservative. I need a little more. This has a really nice peach tone to it, so it's gonna cancel out and neutralize any darkness under the eye. There we go. It has kind of like a velvety, moussey texture, very pigmented, so just use a little bit and spread it and you will get full coverage. Look at that. That is amazing. Do you see that? And I really didn't even use that much. And I think I'm gonna get by without a brush. I think I'm just gonna use my finger. When I work with concealers that are really pigmented and full coverage, I kind of like to use my finger over a brush because it really just warms up the product. You press it into the skin. I'm gonna take a little bit of the concealer and I'm gonna sweep it on my lid. This is gonna work as my eye primer today. And I'm gonna take it all the way up to my brow. Perfect, okay. Look at the difference between the two sides. I know a lot of you have been using Jane Iredale for years. The first time I shared them, I had a lot of comments in my comment section about like how you've been using the brand for years and what you love. If you're really familiar with the brand, will you drop down below what are your favorite products from them? I've tried so many new products from those recommendations, you guys, so please share the love. Let us know what your favorite products are, what you love about them. Oh, look at that, so good. Okay, perfect. I got everything concealed. Next, I'm gonna set everything and I'm using the Palm Mist Hydration Spray. This is really the secret key to just locking the foundation in and also giving it a very natural skin-like look. It feels good. Just a light mist all over. I probably sprayed more than I need to, but it just feels nice. You can always take your brush that you used after you've set it and kind of bounce it to just work that setting spray into the foundation. If the feeling of having something wet on your skin after you've applied makeup gets to you, I know I've heard from some of you that you don't like to use a setting spray for that reason. Use this. Use a brush and just press it, or a sponge, like a dampened like sponge that you've squeezed all the excess water out and just bounced on the skin. It's gonna work that spray into the product to help it perform even better, but it's also gonna eliminate that wet feeling on your skin. Okay, next we're going in with brows, and I'm using the Pure Brow Precision Pencil in the shade Neutral Blonde. So I'm just gonna comb my brow hairs in place. This is a very precise brow pencil. It has a very fine tip. So we're gonna go in and fill in the brows, create more of a little shape here at the front of my brow. I don't have a lot of hair there. I have like some old microblading like remnants there, but I don't have any hair there. When Sean did my makeup last week, he did it probably around 1 p.m. and it was middle of summer, you guys, middle of summer. And he did just the same foundation routine on me and it lasted all day. After that, I went back home and then I came back out to the venue that they were hosting the event at, and I had dinner with the team, and I didn't change my makeup. I didn't even touch it up. I think maybe I powdered once, but I didn't change my makeup at all, and my makeup still looked good. We left dinner around 10 p.m. and my makeup still looked so fresh. Okay, perfect. So now I've created some shape. Kind of worked with the shape that I've had, but I just filled in the blanks and just enhanced areas that I needed a little more definition. So I am filming this today on July 4th, Independence Day. I hope everyone is having, by the time you guys see this though, it'll be about a week later, but I hope everyone had a lovely 4th of July. We have a special house guest with us right now. Her name is Lauren. She is from Ireland and she's been with us about a week and she's with us another week. She was a camp counselor at Brooklyn summer camp last year and they connected and just really bonded and kept in touch. And so she's here visiting and we're just kind of showing her around Austin, and she actually got to join me for dinner with Jane Iredale last week. It was really nice. It was nice that they extended the invite to her. Okay, so next up I'm gonna go in with the brow gel, and this is the shade Ash Blonde. I don't think I've used this. This is a product that I just got last week. Ooh, it's nice. It's adding some volume to the brow, which I like in a brow gel. I prefer brow gels that add some volume, not just slick down the hair. I want something that's gonna tame the hair, but also add a little volume, because I don't have a whole lot of brow hair, so when I just pencil them in, it doesn't look really natural. This gives the illusion of a fuller brow and looks more natural. Yeah, this is nice, and this is a nice color for me. So if you are like, I think even light blonde or kind of, you know, me, what am I, a dark blonde, a light brown? How would you describe my hair? I always feel like I'm blonder than I actually am. This is a great shade. This is Ash Blonde. All right, you guys, next we're gonna go in, and I'm actually gonna do 2 steps to bronzing and contouring. I don't typically do this, but I wanna show you guys both products. So they have a bronzing stick, and then they also have a bronzing powder. I'm gonna show you both. We're gonna go first in with Sizzle. This is the bronzing stick. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna swatch it for you. So even though it looks dark, I'm gonna show you one swatch, and then if you build it up. So here you go. You've got one swatch here. You can see it's a little lighter and more sheer, and then I've built it up and you have more there. I'm gonna start off lightly, and even though I've used powder, I can use this product on top of powder, which is kind of unique. I don't really do that a lot by putting cream products on top of powder, but this foundation has such a light feel to it. It doesn't feel like a powder foundation. And I'm just gonna create a little line. Again, I'm gonna go over it with powder, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm gonna be a little conservative here. We are gonna shape the nose a little bit, and I think we're gonna go ahead and do the hairline too. Perfect. This is nice and pigmented, but it also blends out really easy. I'm using the BK Beauty 112 brush. And we're gonna start over here, and I'm just gonna press the brush onto the skin to kind of blend that product out. It blends out so easily, really beautiful. These products are very user-friendly. They have just the right amount of pigment. I find that you can really go overboard with pigment, or you can just not put enough. And I like products that are buildable and kind of foolproof. Look at that. That is stunning, so subtle. It translates more subtle on camera than I'm seeing here in the mirror because I have this kind of bright light in front of me, but it is beautiful, very soft, very natural. It has a nice warm tone to it. So nice, so pretty. Okay, let's blend out the nose a little bit. Today we are going over to Paul's family's house. They're gonna swim, play racquetball, barbecue, watch the fireworks. They have a good view of the downtown fireworks. Ooh, that looks nice. Really soft shape to the nose. And then we're gonna get right here in this hairline. I have to move my hair. I've been using Vegamore hair serum the last month, and I've only used it on this side, but I think I need to start using it here because I'm kind of losing my hair there too. A little off topic. But I shared on Instagram a before and after and kind of my progress. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'll leave my Instagram account below. I try and get on there every day and share something. So even though I'm not on YouTube every day, Instagram's a great place to get more content. Okay, next we're gonna go in and just add a little more warmth and kind of set this with the powder bronzer. This is the light version. This is what it looks like. And the same deal with this. When you purchase it, it comes in a refill pan, and then you get the case separately. And I'm actually gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna kind of swirl it on a towel to get off some of that cream. I'm gonna lightly go into this very, very softly. This is pretty pigmented, so I wanna just kind of have a really soft hand. I'm gonna start back here at the hairline and just press it over where I applied that bronzer. Do you see what that did? That just deepened it slightly. This is a great tip for summer-proof makeup, to set your cream products with a complementing powder product. So whether that's a cream blush and a powder blush, or a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer, that's just kind of like adding that extra insurance that the makeup stays in place and doesn't melt or move around. Okay, and I'm just gonna go in and build up a little bit, get a little more golden glow happening here, a little bit in the hair. This is the matte bronzer, by the way. It's a matte powder bronzer. And I believe these are pretty new to the line. Ooh, lovely. So pretty. Okay, so we're gonna go and do the same concept with blush. I'm gonna work with a cream blush and then I'm gonna set it with powder. I'm going in with the shade Balmy. This is their cream blush stick and it's a really beautiful kind of rosy pink. Do you see that? It kind of almost looks like lips. Let me show you what it looks like on the hand. So this is next to the bronzer and that's a couple of swatches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go from my brush to the product. When Sean did my makeup, he used his finger and it was a really beautiful application too. So this can be a really easy product to apply. You don't have to have a brush on hand, but I'm using the same brush and I'm gonna start right here at the kind of above the apple of my cheek. I'm gonna blend up. I know the higher blush placement trend is in right now and I've gotten on board with it, but there is still always a part of me that just wants to take that blush and just pop it right there. Oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful, so pretty. Now that I'm playing with it, I'm gonna go and add a little more because it's like you can afford to kind of really get in there with your brush and it not be too much. Oh my gosh, that is stunning. Ooh, that's pretty. I almost don't want it to use a powder on top of it. I kind of want to leave it as it is. Okay, this is a gorgeous color. Add this to your list for sure. It's the shade Balmy. It's so, so pretty. This would even be a beautiful lip color. Let's put a little bit on the lips just for fun. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Ooh, that's so, do you see how beautiful that is? That is so pretty. Okay, add this to your list. This is a good one. This is a really, really beautiful color. There's no shimmer to this product, so even though you're seeing a bit of a glow, it's just coming from the texture of the product. There's no pearlescent. Oh my God, that looks so good. I almost don't want to add anything to it, but I'm going to add the slightest bit of a powder blush on top of it. And I've got two of my favorite powder blushes here. I love their powder blush. I have the shade Flawless, which is kind of like a neutral, more neutral rosy. And then I've got the shade Whisper, which is a really, really soft peach with some shimmer. I kind of want to use the peach. And I'm going to use the smallest amount. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm really putting this brush to work over here. I'm going to swirl it on a towel. We're just going to grab a little bit and I'm just going to pop it right here in the front. Yeah, I don't want to tweak or alter that cream blush. I just want to add the slightest bit of sheen because this has a little shimmer to it and then slightly set it. Oh, love, love, love. Okay, this is coming home with me. I bought this little makeup kit because now that I'm filming outside of the house, I have so much makeup here and I have some makeup at home, but what I find is that sometimes I'm at home and I'm like, oh no, that product that I love is at the studio. This one's coming home with me. It is going in my bag. Here you are. I'm gonna put the little lid on you and you're coming home with me. All right, you guys, let's move on to eyes. I'm having a moment there with the blush. I've already primed the eyes. I've used the concealer. We're gonna go in with one of the first products that I purchased from Jane Iredale. This is the Storm Chaser eyeshadow palette. And when I looked at this was something Sean sold to me the first time I met him. He was just very charismatic and he could have sold me like an ice cube in winter. Is that the expression people use? You get what I'm saying? He could have sold me anything. He was so good. Because I would not have picked up this palette and thought that these are shades that I would have worked with well. I love this palette. So we're gonna work with this. I'm gonna go in first and create a crease with this. Let me just tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in with this for a crease and build some shape. I'm gonna go in with this pink shimmery shade and add a little color and highlight on the lid. I'm gonna go back in with this like purple matte shade and we're gonna kind of deepen the crease a little bit. And then we might use some of the black as eyeliner, although we might just use those three. All right, let's go in first and build that crease. I'm going in with the BK Beauty 212. And we're gonna start with that first shade and just kind of sweep it back and forth real softly. This is gonna give a very soft, little soft definition to the eye. Okay, perfect. So if you're just looking at that eye, it doesn't look like I have much going on there. You might not even notice that I have shadow. When you compare the two, you can see a lot more definition created in the crease. Okay, so now I've created that shape. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use this shimmery pink and we're gonna pop that onto the lid. Oh, I just love that combination. Next, we're gonna go in with a smaller crease brush. This is the BK Beauty 211. I'm gonna go into this purple shade right here, and I'm gonna just kind of layer this on top of that first brown we used, but really keeping most of it in the outer corner. These two colors together are really nice. This looks like a pretty purple shade in the palette, but when you pair it on top of this kind of taupey brown shade, it kind of cuts the purple down a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back in with the first brush I used. It's a little larger and fluffier, and I'm just gonna kind of run it over where I applied that purple just to soften it a little bit. The first brush I used is great to control where you place it, but if you want a real blown out, diffused, kind of powdered airbrush look, you wanna go in with something bigger and fluffier to do that. Perfect. Oh, I love this look. I love this look. So pretty. It's a very beautiful and wearable way to wear pinks and purples. This shade is kind of this like hazy, smoky shade. It's Beautiful. Next, we're gonna go in and enhance the lash line, and I'm using one of my favorite, this is one of my favorite products from them. This is the Mystical Eyeliner. This is a gel eyeliner, and what I love about this shade right here is Dark Topaz. It's a really rich, shimmery bronze. It has the brush in the lid of this, and I was saying this at the event. Normally, I kind of discard applicators that come with products. Like, you know, when you get a little applicator with a product, I just like, that's useless, and I grab my own tools and my own brushes. This is actually really good for applying this eyeliner. So it's a great travel product. You can just throw it in and you've got, you know, your brush, your applicator, and your product. And I load up the side of this. It's really difficult to mess this up with this applicator. It's really, really easy to use, and it keeps its shape really nice. It's a really fine kind of tip. And I just run it. I start in the second half of my lash line and I run it out. I'm gonna try and keep the eyeliner concentrated on the second half and not go all the way in. This will keep the eye more open. And then I'm gonna slightly wing it out. You can even wing out eyeliner with this tool. It's really easy to use. And you know it's easy to use because I'm doing it with one hand. I'm not having to keep my eye in place with my other hand. Okay, perfect. So nice. Go to the other eye. So you do want to treat this like a normal brush and clean it. I'm realizing that now as I haven't done that yet with this. Yeah, that's perfect. So pretty. I'm going to take the same liner and the same brush and we're going to run it on my lower lash line a bit. I think I am going to go in with one of my brushes though to smoke this out. I'm just going to run it right on the outer half just like we did on top. And then I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush. We're going to pick up a shadow and we're going to kind of smoke that out and soften that up a bit. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 210 brush and we're going to go in. We're actually going to go in with this purple shade right here. We're just going to use the tip of the brush. We're just going to run it over this line. And I'm going to recommend that you actually do this one eye at a time. Just as I was going in for the second eye, I was thinking, why are you doing the second eye already? Because you don't want to give that liner time to dry. You really want it to still be wet so that you can move it around and manipulate it a bit with your brush. If it's dry, it's staying in place. Once this guy dries, it's like total summer-proof makeup. It's not budging. So do one eye at a time if you plan on smoking it out or manipulating the eyeliner at all. Okay, I'm just putting a little more pressure to work that down. Ah, I just love this eye. I love it. This palette is beautiful. I cannot get over my cheek situation. Like, this is what I'm gonna do every day now. So beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to lashes. I've curled my lashes. I'm ready to apply mascara. I love Jane Iredale's mascara. I love it so much that it was left and forgotten about in my home bathroom because I've been using it every day. So here at the studio, I have their primer, their Pure Lash Primer. We're gonna use that. I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown mascara today, but their mascara is so good, so volumizing. It gives lots of volume, lots of length. It really does do both, and it gives you very dramatic results quickly. And I've actually been using it without the primer because I've had the primer here, and it's really, really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and just coat these lashes, and I'm gonna do one eye at a time. I always find that you get the best application of your mascara when your lash primer is still a little bit wet because you can separate the lashes better. If the primer's dry and then you go in with mascara, sometimes the mascara just kind of clumps to whatever primer you've used and you can't really manipulate it too much. So we're gonna do a couple coats of this. Yeah, I actually shared on Instagram the other day the Jane Iredale mascara. It's really, really beautiful. If you like dramatic full lashes, it kind of reminds me of this mascara, which I love, but a little bit more volume than this one. This one gives really nice separated wispy lashes. The Jane Iredale does as well, but it gives a little more volume at the base. All right, perfect. I'm gonna build that lash. So pretty. All right, we're gonna go and do the other eye. I seriously cannot get over this cream blush. Every time I look in the mirror and I look at my cheek and I look at my lip, it is a stunning color. So beautiful. Okay, really build this lash up. I'm gonna go in and add a little more on this side. I've been considering getting lash extensions again, but I just can't do it. I don't know. I go through these phases where I see other people with lash extensions and I'm like, oh, I want to put them back on. But then I also think about how nice it is to be able to wash my eyes and scrub my eyes. I couldn't do that with extensions. So when I get to mascara, I just load it up because I like dramatic lashes. I'm going to leave my lower lashes bare. This is something Sean did on me the other day when he did my makeup. And I was like, you're not going to put mascara on my bottom lashes? And he's like, no, we're going to leave it. And I actually really loved it. I think when the top lash is full enough and rich enough, you can get away. And I still have liner on my lower lash line, so I'm still getting that definition, but it's not as heavy. It's a little more of a fresh look. Okay, let's go ahead and go into lips. I am going to kind of blot what I have on because I'm going to use a lip stain. And I want a dry canvas for this lip stain. This is the shade Muse. These are liquid lipsticks. They are very lightweight, super comfortable. I don't know if there's any claims that they actually like blur lip lines, but I find on me they do. I like the tip of this because it's a slightly slanted, so it's a very easy applicator. And I usually don't use lip liners when I wear these because I can use the tip to really define the lip line. I mean, so beautiful, so easy, really nice, thin formula. I'm just gonna press together. Oh my gosh. I feel like this lip color and that blush color were made for me. They should rename them. I'm kidding. But seriously, they are like my perfect ideal shade. Okay. I'm not gonna layer this too much because I don't need it, and I am gonna top this with gloss, so I wanna avoid having too many layers. That's one thing for summer-proof makeup. You can still wear a full face of makeup, but it's all about keeping the layers very light and sheer. The more layers that you have on your skin, the more likely you are to have those products move or clump together or migrate on the skin when your skin gets, when you're 100-degree temperature, you're outside in the sun. Now that this is fully set, I'm gonna top it with Snowberry lip gloss. This is just a really great clear shade with some shimmer to it. Give a little bit of a plump lip to the looks, but not change the color too much. And I'm just gonna kind of place it in the center. A little bit more. I lied, we're gonna go all over. Perfect. So this is the finished look. I love the way that it came out. Products that really jumped out to me today that were products that I just tried for the first time was this shade of the blush. Where is it? Oh yeah, I put it over here so I could take it home with me. Balmy. If you get one thing from this video, one thing, get this blush stick. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on the lips. It's beautiful on the cheeks. Remember, you get 20% off everything that I used and anything on Jane's website, which is amazing. Thank you, Jane Iredell. You have to use it on their website. You can't get that discount at another retailer. So just use the links and the discount code that I include in the description box below, and you'll get your 20% off. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.